$1,200 and $1,400 bonus payments coming to Social Security beneficiaries. And honestly, this is looking pretty exciting because we haven't seen this many proposals for bonus payments to Social Security recipients in years. Multiple different plans are being introduced right now, and I'm going to break down every single one of them for you. Now, I need to be upfront with you right from the start. These have not been approved yet. But the fact that we're even seeing this much conversation about dedicated payments to Social Security beneficiaries is significant, and you deserve to know exactly what's being proposed, who's behind it, and what it could mean for you. I spent hours reading through these proposals so you don't have to, and I'm going to give you the straight facts. No clickbait, no confusion, just the information you need. Let's dive in. Before we get into the specific dollar amounts, I need to point something out because it's actually really important. There's a common thread running through all of these proposals, and that word is tariffs. Every single one of these bonus payment plans is being tied to the current economic situation, the implementation of tariffs, rising prices, and rapidly rising inflation. The chaotic tariffs are causing confusion and raising prices on everything. Cost of living is going up significantly. And finally, lawmakers and advocacy groups are recognizing that Social Security beneficiaries, people with disabilities, low-income seniors, people living on fixed incomes, are getting hammered financially right now. Maybe people are finally coming to their senses and realizing that this group needs help. I don't know, but I find it interesting, and honestly, I like that we're finally seeing this conversation happen. So keep that context in mind as we go through each of these proposals. All right, let's talk about the first proposal, the $1,200 payment. This comes from something called the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act. And here's exactly what they want to do: send $200 as a raise to all Social Security beneficiaries for a temporary 6-month period. Now, if we do the simple math on that, $200 per month times 6 months equals $1,200 in total bonus payments. This would be above and beyond your regular monthly benefit. And why are they proposing this? Because of the chaotic tariffs? That's literally what they're calling it. The tariffs are raising prices, causing all of us to pay more for goods and services, and making the cost of living go up significantly. Now, I have to be honest with you. Would I love to see this extended beyond 6 months? Absolutely. Maybe 12 months, maybe 18 months. But even as it stands, an extra $1,200 in bonus payments would be significant for people who are already stretching every dollar. This proposal is specifically for Social Security beneficiaries, not everyone, just Social Security recipients. And again, it has not been approved yet, but it's on the table. Now, let's talk about the $1,400 proposal. And this one comes from a different source. The Senior Citizens League has introduced a $1,400 makeup payment, or catch-up payment as they're calling it, for all Social Security beneficiaries. And what has this meant to make up for the lackluster Social Security COLA adjustments that we've all been receiving for the last few years? We all recognize that these COLA increases have been falling significantly below the real cost of living. The 2.5% for 2025, the 2.8% proposed for 2026. We all know prices are going up way more than that. The Senior Citizens League knows it too. That's why they're calling for this makeup payment. They're recognizing that real inflation, real price increases have gone up significantly more than what our COLA adjustments have covered, and they want to issue a one-time payment of $1,400 to all Social Security beneficiaries to make up that difference. Again, same reasoning across the board. Cost of living increases, inflation, tariff-related price hikes, it's all connected. Now, I haven't even mentioned this third option yet, and this one's interesting because it comes from the highest level. There's been recent discussion about a $2,000 payment being sent out to low-income and middle-income people in the form of a dividend, basically a stimulus check. And here's what's really interesting. This payment would potentially be funded by tariff revenues. So, the president is talking about using money collected from tariffs to send payments back out to Americans who are being affected by the higher prices that those same tariffs are causing. Do you see the pattern here? Do you see the common theme? The $1,200 increase over 6 months because of chaotic tariffs. The $1,400 makeup payment because of inflation and tariff related price increases. The $2,000 tariff induced stimulus payment paid for by the tariffs themselves. Tariff, tariff, tariff across the board. That's why all of these proposals are coming across the wire right now. It's all connected to the same economic situation we're dealing with. Here's something I want you to think about. These are three totally different proposals from different sources. Theoretically, if they wanted to, they could approve more than one of these. I'm not saying they will, and I'm definitely not making any promises, but these aren't mutually exclusive plans. They could implement the $200 monthly raise and also approve the $1,400 makeup payment or any combination of these. Would that be awesome? Absolutely. Should we count on it? Probably not. But it's worth noting that we're seeing multiple serious proposals all aimed at the same goal, getting money to people who need it because of rising costs. Let's talk specifics about who would be eligible for each of these. The $1,200 payment from the Social Security Emergency Inflation Relief Act is specifically for Social Security beneficiaries that includes retirement, survivors, and disability benefits through Social Security. This is dedicated just to that program. The $1,400 makeup payment from the Senior Citizens League is also targeted at Social Security beneficiaries for the same reason, to make up for inadequate COLA adjustments. The $2,000 payment is broader. It's being discussed for low-income and middle-income people, which would include Social Security recipients, but also potentially others depending on how they structure it. So depending on your situation, you might qualify for one, two, or potentially all three of these if they all got approved. But again, and I can't stress this enough, none of these have been approved yet. I need to set realistic expectations here because I care about you too much to get your hopes up in an unrealistic way. Even when proposals like this are introduced, they move slowly. I'm talking turtle made out of molasses slowly, or maybe a snail made out of molasses that might be even slower, basically frozen in time. That's how slow the legislative process typically moves. These proposals have to be debated, negotiated, potentially modified, voted on, and approved before any money goes out. That process takes time, sometimes a lot of time. However, and this is important, sometimes when things do happen, they happen quickly. We've seen that before with stimulus payments. Once something gets the momentum and the support it needs, it can move faster than expected. So while I'm telling you to be patient and realistic, I'm also saying don't count it out. Keep paying attention. Things can change quickly in this environment. Here's what I find really noteworthy about what we're seeing right now. It's been years since we've seen this kind of dedicated talk about bonus payments, makeup payments, extra stimulus, rebates, anything like that specifically for Social Security beneficiaries. Years now, suddenly we're seeing multiple proposals from different sources, all aimed at the same group of people. That tells me something is shifting in the conversation, whether it's recognition of how much seniors and people with disabilities are struggling financially, or whether it's political pressure because of the economic situation, or whether it's advocacy groups finally being heard, something is different. And that gives me hope that we might actually see some action here. The three plans I've outlined today, the $1,200, the $1,400, and the $2,000, are just some of what's being discussed right now. There are other iterations, other ideas, and other plans floating around as well. The landscape is actively changing, and new proposals could emerge at any time. That's why it's so important to stay informed and to follow reliable sources that are actually reading through these proposals and giving you accurate information. I'll continue to monitor everything that comes out and break it down for you as soon as there are updates. Okay, let's talk about practical steps you can take right now while we wait to see what happens with these proposals. Step 1. Don't make any financial decisions based on money you haven't received yet. These proposals sound promising, but they're not guaranteed. Budget based on what you know you're getting, not what you hope you might get. Step 2. Make sure your information is up to date with Social Security. If any of these payments do get approved, they'll likely be sent the same way you receive your regular benefits. So make sure your address, direct deposit information, and contact details are current. Step 3. Stay informed. Subscribe to this channel so you get updates when there's news about these proposals. I'll be covering every development as it happens. Step 4. Let your voice be heard. If these proposals matter to you, contact your representatives in Congress. Let them know that you support legislation that provides relief to Social Security beneficiaries. Your voice matters more than you think. Step 5. Share this information with other people who would benefit from knowing about these proposals. A lot of folks aren't aware this is even being discussed. Look, I want to be real with you about something. Whether these specific proposals get approved or not, the fact that we're having this conversation at all is significant. It means that people are recognizing that Social Security beneficiaries need help. It means that the inadequate COA adjustments and the rising cost of living are finally being taken seriously at higher levels. That's a win in itself. Could these proposals fail to pass? Yes. Could they get modified into something smaller? Also, yes. But could they actually go through and provide real relief to millions of people? Absolutely yes to that too. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you with certainty what's going to happen, but I can tell you that I'll be watching every development, reading every update, and keeping you informed every step of the way. So, here's where we stand. We have three major proposals on the table right now: a $1,200 payment through a 6-month $200 monthly raise, a $1,400 one-time makeup payment, and a $2,000 tariff dividend payment. All of them are connected to the same issue: rising costs, inflation, and the economic impact of tariffs on people who can least afford it. None of them have been approved yet, but all of them represent a level of attention and focus on Social Security beneficiaries that we haven't seen in years. Stay hopeful, but stay realistic. Stay informed, but don't make plans based on money you don't have yet. And most importantly, know that you're not alone in dealing with these financial pressures. People are paying attention, and conversations are happening at levels that could actually lead to real help. If this video helped you understand what's being proposed and what might be coming, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. I post videos every single day covering benefits, proposals, stimulus payments, and everything else that affects Social Security beneficiaries. Check out the other videos here on the channel. There are over 6,000 videos in the library, covering just about every topic you can think of related to benefits and financial assistance. Leave your questions and comments down below. I read them and I use them to decide what topics to cover next. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. As your advocate, as your representative, I'll continue to keep you posted every single day with accurate, honest information. Until next time, stay informed, stay hopeful, and I'll catch you in the